allow us to reintroduce the culture. 2-time NBA champion.
What?
4-time Olympic gold medalist.
What?
1-time NBA most valuable player.
What?
2-time NBA Finals most valuable player.
What?
With 4 NBA scoring titles.
What?
Rookie of the Year.
What?
And 11-time All-Star. Kevin, the Slim Reaper Durant, is a Houston motherfucking Rocket. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it, man. Come on.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by J-Bar M Barbecue. Oh, by the way, we have been ruining Houston Rockets podcast since 2020, by the way. I didn't lay that out. Sponsored by J-Bar M Barbecue. Be sure to check them out. The best happy hour, the best barbecue in the entire city of H-Town, located just minutes from the Toyota Center, where Kevin Durant is going to don a Rocket uniform and play for your Houston Rockets. Oh, so one time for the one time. Can you do it? Can you do it for the people?
4 letters, 1 word.
Let's
Let's
go. Come on, Kevin Durant. Round of applause. Round of applause. Kevin Durant's a Houston Rocket. We made it happen. I like to think all 3 of us collectively. Once again, I'm joined by the GM. I'm joined by the Big Oos. We manifested this into existence. We've been talking about this for the past month. We're here now. It's a reality. It's happened.
It happened.
We didn't give up too much, and we'll go into that in just a second. Boys, overall, before we dive into the deal itself, temperature in the room right now. Temperature in the room. How are we feeling?
You want to go first? Oh, I'll go first. Okay.
You come on.
I want to first start off by saying, Jalen Green, we thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
You've been with us through thick and thin, and we understand that it's a business, and hopefully he understands too that it's a business. But and also Dillon Brooks. Sorry,
yeah, shouts
Dillon Brooks. Also, thank you. Culture setter. We appreciate that. Kevin Durant. you can't get mad at that. I mean, we talking about a top 15 player in the league, still one of the best scorers in the league.
I meant top 15 player. No, dude, I'll go top 10.
Top 10.
I go top 10.
I mean, I will put 10 over him, but
27, 50, and 43 from the field, guys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He is top 10 in the NBA.
All right, okay, we'll say a top 10 player in the NBA.
Name me 10 people that are better. Name me 10 people that are better. On their best days. Name me 10 people that are better.
Hey, man, okay, top 10 player in the league.
Thank you.
And arguably one of the best players of all time.
Thank you.
Him coming off that Achilles injury he had in 2019, and then, ever since he came back, he's averaging 27 on, great efficiency. It's great to have that type of guy. We all said, we needed that guy in the half-court setting that can, get a bucket for us or, just to be that, not the glue guy, but the guy we can kind of depend on as well. We can't just keep depending on, the Fred and Şengün pick and rolls, or if that doesn't work, then everybody does iso ball. No, we can't do that. I do think, the offense opens up a little bit more. But, again, we also have to consider Kevin Durant, his little injury history. But it doesn't matter. We're not talking about that. Today's a great day. Today's a great mother-freaking day. I can't complain. I was at church when the announcement went off. I couldn't check my phone.
We're going to talk about where we were.
Yeah, my phone just, I'm like, why is my phone going off? Who is calling me?
50 messages.
Who's calling me? If I'm getting
60 voicemails.
It happened. I told you. I'm like, bro, today was a great day. Kevin Wayne Durant, welcome to H-Town. I can't wait to see Kevin Durant in the Rockets uniform. Every time I go to a game where Kevin Durant plays, always on the opposite team. I think, in my opinion, because he owed us for 2018, and we were this close to beating the Warriors, but you owe us, Kevin Durant. You kind of owe us. So I'm glad you came here. And
this that get back.
And the last thing, the reaction he had with him and his agent after the trade and everything went down, he genuinely wants to fucking be here, and I fucking can't wait, man.
Absolutely.
We actually have players, star players, superstar players that want to come here again, man. That's great. I can't wait. Let's get it.
Exclamation point. That part.
Let's
right
get it,
there.
man.
GM. Tell them how you feel right now.
I mean, the temperature's rising. It's hot in here.
It's hot.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing in a guy of Kevin Durant's caliber is kind of what we needed in terms of our playoff struggles. We saw it not just in the playoffs, but throughout the whole year. The half-court offense was not a thing.
Yeah.
The half-court offense was stagnant.
Yeah.
We didn't have a go-to guy. Granted, we did have a guy named Jalen Green. Shout out to Jalen. We appreciate everything that you've done for the city of Houston, but like DJ said, it is a business, and unfortunately, that's what went down. And I wish him the best of luck in
Yeah,
Phoenix.
we do. I really do hope he finds his potential. And I hope he does prove us wrong.
Yes.
Prove the doubters wrong. You know
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I want to see a multi-time All-Star out of
Yeah.
him. I mean, I've been rooting for him, but with the fact that we brought in someone of KD's caliber, even at his age isn't going to do much in terms of his value to the team, because what he does very well for this team doesn't have to do with his age nor athleticism. His shot will always be there. His length will always be there. And his game doesn't rely on athleticism, like, I got to jump over you. No, I can just shoot over you, and you're not going to block it. That's just what it is. And that's the beauty of his game. And the beauty also is that a guy that we did keep, Jabari Smith Jr., gets to learn from one of the greatest shooters at his length. And we've seen glimpses of Jabari shooting in the playoffs this past year. So I'm extremely excited to see a guy like him learn from Kevin Durant. But, overall, it's just crazy. I mean, I think we can confidently say about here that we've heard a lot of different things that have been going on amongst the commotion, the rumors.
Which we'll get into in a little bit. Which we'll get into in a little bit. Let me go ahead and just cut everybody off now, and let's talk about the deal itself. Persham Sharania, who broke the news today. What's today's date? June
21st.
June 21st.
22nd.
June 22nd. The Kevin Durant deal became, not official, but Shams officially announced it. Breaking, the Phoenix Suns are trading two-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 overall pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. In a vacuum, the Houston Rockets, you could argue that the Houston Rockets fleeced this Phoenix Suns team. I think at the end of the day, this is the best deal that they were going to get. This is the best deal that Phoenix was going to get. Kevin Durant had all the leverage. He played the leverage to his advantage. I had heard that Minnesota's deals were not it wasn't as serious as it ended up coming out to be, as reports ended up stating afterwards. Overall, though, this is the best deal that Phoenix could get, unfortunately, in a market where we had literally talked about what I talked about with my brother last episode. Where the market the market is what it is, and Kevin Durant's value was just not going to be high, sitting on the last year of his contract, being on the back end of his career, still being a high-valued scorer, but nonetheless, that last year of the deal just being unsure, uncertain, and because of that, Kevin Durant was able to leverage that to his advantage. Rafael Stone and the Houston Rockets were able to leverage that to their advantage, which pinned Phoenix into a corner, which ultimately led to a beautiful day on June 22nd. Boys, over to y'all right now. After me just kind of saying the deals and everything that we had heard, let's talk about what the deal ended up being. GM, over to you first. You kind of went into it already, but tell the people walk us through this timeline, because now we can say it officially. We can say it. The GM, he had his sources. He was aware. He was aware of certain things. And you kind of had a timeline set in place, and if you were kind of listening in, you had an idea of what was happening, and we were all kind of made aware of it. So,
well, I mean, like I said in the last episode 2 weeks ago, I had heard that Minnesota was at the top of the list. Not list. Let's not say that. Phoenix's preference of destinations due to a deal, and I was told that there was a deal that was pretty much almost done, and it was almost a certainty that KD was going to move to Minnesota. And thank goodness for us that did not go down. There's a lot of conjecture that we hear in terms of rumors and a lot of different things that we will hear, and people get told a lot of different things. We're in the industry of where things change hour by hour, minute by minute, and there were moments when you were told that Jalen was off the table, Jalen's on the table, off the table, Jabari's on the table, Jabari's off the table. There was a lot of different things that were being pushed out by the media that I can definitely tell you that was not completely true. There was a lot of leverage being used in terms of Phoenix trying to gain some form of leverage out of us, and it was nutty. I'll definitely tell you that. I mean, there was definitely some issues that has definitely stemmed from locker rooms. I mean, everyone gets frustrated at each other. We've all played together. These guys that I'm sitting here next to, we have all played basketball together on same teams, and we can confidently say that we all can get a little frustrated, not just at ourselves, but at each other as well when we're playing the game. And emotions come out. There are times when guys don't want to play together. And I can definitely confidently say that there are definitely some issues in the locker room that could have stemmed and brought into why we're in this position currently. Kevin Durant wanted to come here, and I think it was obvious. Everybody knew that was like the worst kept secret in the world was Kevin Durant wanting to come to Houston.
Yeah.
But the question was whether or not Phoenix was actually willing to do it. And shout out to Matt Ishbia, the Phoenix Suns, for making it happen.
Hey, can we give Matt Ishbia a nice little,
No,
just
I ain't gonna call
a
him
small
idiot.
yeet? Can we give him a small yeet? Just a small yeet.
Yeet.
Just a
Just-
No
small
yeet.
no,
No yeet. Actually,
I ain't gonna call him an
Yeah.
idiot,
Well-
man. He just gifted us Kevin Durant. I'm not gonna call you an idiot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he got a small yeet. Let's give him a
Yeah.
small yeet. He just gifted it to us. DJ, do you believe, after seeing this, Rockets obviously didn't overpay. I think they had a firm stance on what they wanted. They weren't going to go above the threshold of what they were going to trade. Jabari, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, obviously Men Thompson, Alperen Şengün stay home in Houston. They were firmly off the table for Phoenix. Overall, what are you thinking of that deal? And do you think, not that they paid too much, but what do you think that deal stands, at least for the Houston Rockets post-trade?
Well, first and foremost, I want to start off with saying I'm glad he did not go to San Antonio, man.
Let's talk about it. Come on.
That was something that we all wished for.
Yeah.
No one wanted to
No
see
one
him.
wanted
man, I
that.
just-
I
didn't-
wanted that, man.
I didn't need it.
KD didn't want to go to San Antonio.
I don't need them.
I don't need the PTSD.
No, I don't.
just
We don't need
it.
that. But no. I think that was a right amount of, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but
Well, some fans think we
capital.
overpaid.
Boom.
Yeah, capital, yeah. And some
Yeah.
people think we overpaid.
No. I think overpay would have been us giving them
Jalen and Jabari.
that, and then maybe two or
Two
three
first-
of
yeah.
the first round picks. No, that Desmond Bain trade kind of like reset the market, But we already knew like what we wanted to do and what we wanted to give up in order to bring KD back, or not back, but here. We worked. I like how we were adamant about us not including Jalen and not Jalen, Jabari, Tari, those type of trades, because oh my goodness, the amount of like trade scenarios, or like rumors out here, like
There was a million.
Yeah, it was really annoying. And Phoenix Suns fans were saying, oh well, if y'all want KD, we need to get a man Reed, this that. I'm like, it should go. I'm like, no, dude, I don't know what value you think KD has, even though he's one of the best players in the league, but he's again 36-year-old.
Right.
Nobody wants to give up almost their entire future for a 36-year-old who may or may not re-sign with your team.
Yep.
Luckily, he will re-sign with us. I think he will, but
He will.
But we didn't have to give
Yeah,
up.
he definitely will.
Yeah, we didn't have to give up a lot. Again, only one of their picks back, which is this year, nothing else, and then a bunch of second-round picks that won't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think we overpaid. That was the right price. That was the right type. That was the right amount of capital. Is one of our young players, either a vet in Fred or
Dillon.
Dillon.
Yep.
It happens to be Dillon, and
The 10th
and
pick.
10th pick.
This is the 10th pick.
Tenth
Ain't much
It's not
value.
really. I mean,
No.
again, if we would have kept the 10th pick, I had my eye on a few prospects, but again, we
Didn't need them.
Yeah, they need them. And again, if we
Yeah.
draft somebody, they probably won't get back playing time here. Like Reed, like they probably get a chance, but then like it'll be limited because they make a mistake or two. Though. Well, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't bring a rookie in that make a mistake or two. We're trying to win. Just like last season. Reed made some mistakes. Guess what? They sat him down. Even though we wanted him to get more playing time and let him prove himself, we're trying to win games, man. We're trying to, get to the playoffs.
Right.
So, no, we did not overpay. This is the right amount of capital for Kevin Durant.
I agree.
Right amount of capital.
100%.
Right amount.
And I think right now, like, with everything, like, and you had stated
Mm-hmm.
absolutely correct, the 10th overall pick being the deal for the best thing that was going to be on the table for
Yeah.
them, that was their biggest takeaway. That's
Yeah.
the biggest takeaway for Phoenix, that they basically just get their pick back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's their
10th pick is the
10th
highest
pick-
of value for them.
Right, it's the highest
No one
value
else.
for them. And
Yeah.
the crazy thing when you think about it is, if Jalen Green is still Jalen Green, if y'all know what I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to speak negatively, but if Jalen Green is still Jalen Green at the end of the day, Jalen Green was just a salary filler, to be honest. Like, he was $30 million to make the salaries work. Dillon Brooks is a blue chip collar player. He's going to come in. He's going to make an immediate impact. I'm not downplaying Jalen Green. It's just going to be hard under Devin Booker if Bradley Beal ends up staying. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to work. And so I don't know if Jalen Green can succeed in that style of play with Devin Booker already a shoot first guard, and obviously he needs to shoot. But it just seems to be the best value for Phoenix was going to be that 10th overall pick, with Miami not willing to include Tyler Herro, Miami not willing to include Kello Ware. They weren't willing to include these players, which I think maybe they could have coveted higher than 10th pick. The 10th pick was, at the end of the day, the make or break for Phoenix, and I think ultimately the 5 second-round picks were just more sweeteners to the deal, as opposed to you give the 5 second-round picks as opposed to giving away a Reed Shepard or giving away a Cam Whitmore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think overall this is the best deal that was on the table for Phoenix, and like we said earlier, they had backed they had backed Phoenix into a corner, both Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets, and they bully balled their way to basically joining forces, where Kevin Durant finally gets to come home to Texas, and he finally gets to hopefully end his career.
Think about that. That's crazy.
Possibly end his career in Houston, and adding possibly maybe a third championship to the table. And with that said, it does add that to that. We don't need to go into too much depth. We can do a complete breakdown on what he can provide on the court, but let's just touch base on it. Let's touch base on what Kevin Durant immediately brings to the Rockets, which we've obviously discussed ad nauseum, but now that it's reality, we can actually talk about it with the pieces that have been removed. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, okay, maybe if Dillon Brooks is out, or maybe if Jabari's out, It's like, no, we know for sure the players that are out, and we know the players that are, and we're watching this live, and it looks like
Tyrese got hurt.
We're watching the NBA Finals live, and it looks like
Please don't let that be
Achilles.
serious.
Looks
bro.
like
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, non-contact injury.
That's Achilles. That's Achilles.
No.
That's Achilles.
Please. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to diss.
Be.
No, I saw the pop.
You saw the pop. That's Achilles.
That's Achilles.
Come on!
No.
I'm wearing the Halliburton shirt.
You know that he's.
That's Achilles. I saw the pop.
He's done.
Okay.
He's done, man.
Oh, shit.
He put it out there.
Let's pivot right back, boys. I know it's tough to see that. Let's pivot right back.
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about what he immediately brings to the table. I just want to bring one point up before I hand it off to y'all. The reuniting of Kevin Durant and Steven Adams. Like, there's a lot of reuniting amongst this team.
Yep.
Kevin Durant had ties to this organization, and now you kind of get to see this play out, and that's the biggest pairing I'm most excited about in terms of reuniting. Get to see these two play together. Two vets. You can keep Fred VanVleet into the equation. You give him just the right amount of vets, couple with maybe a player or two in the MLE, and this team is absolutely contending for a championship. What does Kevin Durant bring to the table immediately as of today for this Houston Rockets team? GM, over to you first.
He brings a veteran leadership, someone else that has won an NBA championship alongside of Fred VanVleet, and someone with a lot of being the guy. We saw what he brought to the Olympic team when he was healthy, and that was kind of the Kevin Durant that they wanted. I'm not saying that's the Kevin Durant we're gonna get, but at the same time, that's the reason why he's here. Someone that we can rely on to shoot shots from the midi, to pull up for three. Someone like to post up when there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock and that can get a good shot. That's what Kevin Durant is. So it gives us someone that's dependable, someone that can score, and someone that's been an NBA champion, someone that Jabari can learn from, someone that even other players can actually learn from in terms of shooting. So I just think that we can definitely go somewhere in terms of playoff success with a Kevin Durant. I do believe that we're missing a piece. We might need another piece to add on, but I think that with KD, we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think?
Like he said, championship pedigree. A guy who who's been there. Championship pedigree. You feel me?
Should you hold it one time? Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Championship pedigree. Hello.
Man. That guy who's been in those moments. That guy, knows what it takes. Just like Fred. we also get, you know, a guy for like you said again, for Jabari. I mean, you lock those two in the gym. Jabari can learn so much from KD. You know, they're both like they got similar architects. I think KD is just a little bit taller, but they got, you know, both still tall wings. You know, that can, you know, shoot over probably like almost anybody in the league. You know, but what he also brings is also that toughness too. You know,
yes.
Even though Dillon was that gritty guy, you know, that, you know, Tony Allen-esque type of, you know, attitude. Like,
right.
I'm defense all the way, man. But if you need a bucket, that's me too. I mean, I'm not saying Tony Allen was like that, but, you know, kind of that mindset.
Dillon Brooks was a better shooter.
Yeah. But KD also brings that toughness too. He's gonna be a great guy in the locker room. He's gonna be that loud guy in the locker room too, as well. He's gonna call you out on some shit.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's what he's going to bring to this team, and it fits us so well.
I think for me, the temperature in the locker room has changed completely.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned this in past episodes. There's an aura to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is the last of a dying breed of players like LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. That is the big three of the NBA for the last 10 plus years. You just included one of those big three players into the Houston Rockets locker room. There's an aura to him. There's an expectation. There's going to be a precedent that's going to be set by the second he enters that locker room that he expects greatness coming from each and every player. He, to a degree, is going to be, and I've said this in past episodes, and especially in my last tweet, that he can be a Justin Verlander. I don't need him to be the main guy every single night. When you have guys like Şengün and Amen who are learning how to close, a Fred VanVleet who can lead and hit big shots, I need Kevin Durant to be the guy that steps up when they need him, and to be the player and the Hall of Famer and the aura that he possesses, especially the gravity that he possesses now, because he's alone on the floor is just going to open up space so much for these guys. Open up space for Jabari to hit some threes. Open up some space for Amen to cut to the rim for some easy buckets at the rim. Alperen Şengün's not going to get doubled every possession now. There's a lot of opportunities to be had now, which we, like I said, we'll further dissect this as the episodes churn along. This is purely reactionary. For me, I have wanted this, and I have spoken about this for over a year. I have wanted Kevin Durant in a Houston uniform. I believed this was the piece that the Houston Rockets needed to get them over the top. Like I said, the gravity, the aura that he possesses, there's going to be players now that are going to want to come to Houston to play with an Ime Udoka, to want to play with a Kevin Durant, to want to play with an Alperen Şengün and an emerging Amen Thompson. This is the aura. This is a new era of Rockets basketball now, officially in the books. This is now maybe a championship level era of Houston Rockets basketball. I'm going to call it right now, June 22nd. The Houston Rockets are going to be the 2026 NBA champions.
Ooh.
That's bold.
Yeah, it is.
It's very bold.
I love it
Think
too.
about it, though. How bold in an era of no dynasties? There's no dynasties.
Yeah, because there's really been
There's no
back-to-backs.
Give me the one team that's going to win next year. Give me, OKC. Yeah, OKC they'll be there. Denver will be there. But really, in actuality, you saw a down year for each and every one of these guys. Thunder can easily be on a down year next year.
Yeah.
You just never know. There's no set dynasties in place. So fuck it. Go for it now.
Facts.
Go for it now.
Yeah, and I think that was what the front office mentality is. Hey, we trying to do this now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and wait for a KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson Warriors to come together. Fuck that, dude. Fuck the dynasty. Let's do it now when there's no dynasties in place.
Yep.
That's the best time to do it.
It's a good time to do it now. It really is, because the league's gonna get so much better, bro. San
Antonio's gonna get better. OKC will probably get better. You know, that's just kind of like the reality.
Why would we wait?
Sitting on our ass?
Why are we sitting on our asses? 2 years will win. 3 years will win. It's like, what? Why? So Wembanyama can develop into the greatest player in NBA history, maybe?
We need to
you know what I mean?
now.
Fuck that, dude. Or to give more players some time to catch up and maybe team up and get together? No. Dude, do it now while all the 29 of the teams in the NBA don't have a dynasty.
Fair.
This is the best puncher's chance that the Rockets have had since 2018. Go for broke now. Go for broke. And they didn't even go for broke. They still have all their prospects. And the Houston Rockets are for sure not done. There's more stuff to be had on the table.
Yeah. It's a specific player I want to come here. He cooked us.
I think I know who. Do you want to speak it to existence, or
starts with a Q?
Does it end with?
And he played very well with his friends.
Does it end with rhymes? Times?
I'm not gonna say
Magazine?
too much. I'm not gonna say too much.
Times?
I need the Q man here. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I need the
Crime Times.
Prime times, man. I need
The Q
Shout
man.
out, shout outs to Shad Gaspard, rest in peace.
Yes, for peace. JTT.
I don't know how we pivoted to that. We got to that point.
All right,
Boys,
hold on.
let's get, you know what, this pre-reactionary episode, any last words here before I get ready to go home here? I kind of want to just kind of let the gravity of the situation
I just
kind of
hope
take
Tyrese
place.
Halliburton is okay. That's all.
Me too.
Yeah.
But it looked bad.
It's
so,
Kind of
bad.
took the air out of the balloon as we're watching this
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have had it on live.
No.
I mean, I was kind of in my head. I was like, maybe we shouldn't have had this
Yeah.
on, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
GM, anything to say before we go home here?
Kevin Durant's Houston Rocket. I'm very happy for the city. I'm very happy
Facts.
for the organization. This is something that they probably wanted for a long time, and I think that everyone should be happy and celebrate, and that we got good things coming to the city, and it's a good time to be a Houston Rockets fan. We're happy that y'all are here. So
Yeah.
I know,
just join
man.
us for the ride.
I'm gonna be there opening night. I'm gonna be there.
We're all gonna be
We all
there
gonna be
opening
there.
night.
We all gonna be there. Everybody
Dex
here.
is gonna be there opening night off camera.
Alfred.
And Alfred's gonna be there opening night off camera as well. They're both canon in the
Yeah,
Summitverse. We
for
know,
sure.
they know. They're all aware. They're all aware. So, and I'll close on this before we get ready to end this episode by just saying, hey, you know how Demon Home's a thing? It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Demon Home. Slim Reaper's
Slim
home.
Reaper.
Go win an NBA championship.
Let's get it.
Get
GM, over to you. Let's give one shout out, obviously, to the best barbecue spot.
Quick shout out to J-Bar and Barbecue, the best barbecue in H-Town. Make sure to go check them out. And yeah, Kevin Durant. We need to get
I
you
do hear he likes
to
barbecue.
J-Bar and Barbecue,
Come on,
home
man.
of the best brisket lasagna in the city, and probably the only area where you can get brisket lasagna. Make sure to check them out. $2 wells on Friday and Saturday. $5 margs every day. Come check them out. Have a good time. We'll see y'all there.
There you go. I love to hear that. I was gonna. I have to pass it back to me to pass it back to you again because you're you're the go home queue.
Yeah.
So.
Make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Marabueno and just follow us on all socials at Apollo HOU. Make sure to super kick that YouTube subscribe button at Apollo HOU because we just got to get out of here.
Getting so close to 15. We're getting so close to 15. Tell them where they can find you.
The Hustle Town season,
Yes.
SEN, always. Come
That's
on,
it, though. Just Twitter.
Always, just Twitter.
Just
no,
Twitter. Just
no
Twitter.
Instagram yet.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter as well at Summit Commission. I'm not giving out my Twitter. I'm not giving my Instagram yet out either. Great day for Houston Rockets fans. Continue to follow us on the journey. This is starting in June, and we're going to work our way to the 2025-2026 season. This may be the year. And continue to follow us, follow Apollo HOU, follow Summit as we continue to break down all the processes of the pieces that have been in play and the rest of the offseason as it unfolds. Kevin Durant is a Houston Rocket. Breaking news, once again. And the culture has forever changed in the city of Houston. I'm going to end this episode as I end every episode with a Go Summit, Go Apollo, and once again, Slim Reaper's home. Let's go win an NBA championship. Go Rockets. Say the thing, Oos.
4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet.
And what happened to Tyrese Halliburton? Can we get a no yeet?
No
No
yeet.
yeet.
Prayers.
Prayers
We out.
up. We love you, Katie. I love you so much. Katie, I love you. Oh, that's staying on the pod, by the way.